Tip for the future: whenever you hear anyone say, "You are nothing without me,"
250,000 people are watching these people yesterday, and I made that happen.
The only thing it proves is that the person who said it is a narcissist with no other motive than to manipulate the other person into believing they hold less value than they actually do. This is the undertone of the entire business situation that's going on with FaZe and Tfue right now. This is not about drama. This is not a Tati versus James Charles. This is not Pro Jared versus, I want to say Holly? I'm not 100% sure, but this isn't about drama. This is about business, and this is something you absolutely have to understand if you want to have anything to do with this industry moving forward. Now, I think Banks is a clever guy. I also think he knows this. He knows that if he can turn this into a drama situation on Twitter, if he can make this an us versus them, a Tfue versus FaZe, he'll be able to get people to pick sides rather than ask the critical question that so far nobody is asking. So we're going to talk about that question right now. The question being, do organizations like FaZe have any actual benefits for content creators? And the short answer is no, not very much. We're going to jump into why. Earlier today, I had about a 45-minute phone call with my agent Henry, whose job it is to foster relationships between sponsors and gamers at one of the top 10 talent agencies in New York and LA. This is the guy who, anytime you see any sponsorship on this channel or on my Twitch channel or anything involving me and a brand, he's the one who negotiated it. And he confirmed with me that the industry's breaking fault, the one thing that will be the end of organizations like FaZe Clan, it's not their cut, it's not the 80-20 split that everybody's talking about. It's the conflict of interest that happens when it comes to sponsorships and brand deals. And sponsorships, by the way, in this situation, meaning like a long-term partnership between a brand and an entity like a streamer organization. Brand deals meaning more like a one-off advertisement, whether it's a single YouTube video or like an advertisement on TV. See, in a situation like this where a streamer is being repped by an organization like FaZe Clan, the organization acts as their agency. Any brand that wants to work with Tfue and advertise through his channels has to be negotiated by FaZe Clan. And that's not actually a problem in and of itself. That's pretty common. Generally, when you're repped by an agency and they're negotiating these deals for you, they want to be the only one negotiating these deals for you. That's pretty standard. That's been every agency I've worked with. The problem happens because FaZe has their own sponsorships. And the players that join the organization are not only grandfathered into those sponsorships, but are exclusive to those sponsorships. They can't work with any brand that is in direct competition to the team's sponsorships. Pretty much all gaming orgs work this way. They have to work this way. Keep in mind, this isn't like a hit piece on FaZe Clan. I don't think FaZe Clan's like a predatory organization. This is just the current model of gaming organizations. And it doesn't work with content creators. Because what would happen if FaZe was trying to renew their sponsorship with Nissan and they told them, okay, Nissan, you are the official sponsor of FaZe. However, our large creators with all the subscribers are able to go out and do brand deals and advertise Ford and Dodge and Chrysler or whatever. That wouldn't work. Nissan would walk out laughing. In order for an org sponsorship to have any value at all, it has to be pushed onto the players. FaZe's creators are their business leverage. They need them. FaZe is just an empty name without them. So they get these giant sponsorships that pay stupid money. They pawn those sponsorships onto the creators, usually not actually forwarding any of the sponsorship money to the creators themselves. And then they tell the creators that they're not allowed to go out and find their own sponsorships that will actually pay them. And this is the actual problem that Banks is trying to distract you from by talking about his Tfue tattoo and how Turner was like family to him. Because if Tfue was approached by like Ford tomorrow, given Tfue's level of influence, his status in the industry, it would probably look something like, here, we're gonna give you a Mustang, and as long as you feature that Mustang once a week in your vlogs, whether, you know, film inside it in one of your videos every week, just for a little bit, we will pay you $200,000 to $300,000 a month. That would not be an unheard of deal for Tfue. But if Ford approached him, he has to say no. And instead, he's required to rep Nissan for free. Or maybe he gets a car out of it. I don't know. Now, here's a list of all of FaZe Clan's sponsors. You might notice a couple on there being big industries for gamers. G Fuel, someone recently has done a massive drink sponsorship. HTC, when Samsung recently decided to feature gamers in a Super Bowl ad. And probably most importantly on this list, SteelSeries, because, you know, it's not like gamers ever get actual gaming peripheral sponsorships or anything. Tfue is completely ineligible for any of those deals shown, just by being a member of FaZe Clan. Now, orgs do actually play a very key and important role in esports, mainly in competitive esports, where it actually makes sense. The area where the players don't want to be content creators. The organization signs these high-level competitive players, they pay them a salary of, I don't know, a couple $1,000s a month to live comfortably and to play their game and hone their craft so that when the competition comes, they're ready to give them the W. Generally with good organizations, the players keep 100% or almost 100% of their winnings. You can see that was the case with Tfue, and there is a balance there. The gamer is paid to play video games, and the better he does, the more he earns in winnings. And the organization is the face that receives the sponsorships that the gamer's just not gonna get on their own playing video games in their home. The organization is the public face, the gamer is the talent. There's a win-win there. But with content creators, the creator is not only the talent, they're also usually a bigger face than the organization themselves. The org is literally providing next to nothing to that player, while the player is providing not only advertisement for the org itself by ripping their logo on everything they're doing, they're also advertising the organization's sponsors while not being able to foster their own sponsorships and brand deals themselves. And to address what Banks is saying, where he used the clip of Ninja talking about the graph, FaZe did not make Tfue. FaZe cannot make Tfue, and they proved it by being unable to replicate that success with any of their other creators. There have been plenty of creators that signed on to FaZe Clan, got a little bit of popularity for a moment, and then piddled out and can't get more than 10,000 views on a video. Yet Tfue has over 10 million subscribers and is getting millions of videos on a video. If this was because of FaZe Clan, every single member of FaZe Clan would be having the same success. But Tfue's getting the success. Nobody else is, because Tfue is Tfue. Nobody cares about the name FaZe on there. Sure, they probably springboarded him a little bit early, gave him a jump start, but to say that they're the cause of his success is incredibly manipulative, and it's just not true. So look, Banks, let's talk. You are 27 years old. You are the owner of a multi-million-dollar company, and you are shouting and screaming threats at people on Twitter. Not to mention you have the grammar and spelling aptitude of a 15-year-old. But this isn't about me starting drama with you. This is about me helping you take the first couple steps towards adulthood. And we're going to start that journey today by correcting the atrocious grammar shown in the beginning of your video you posted today called Bye Sisters. I mean, dear Tfue. Let's start. This video is in response to the surprise lawsuit filed against FaZe Clan by someone whom I consider to be my family. That was a rough one. I think a lot of people would miss that one. You're fine there. Next page. I recorded this video almost immediately. I know your video editing software has spell check built into it. That little red line underneath this word here, it means try again. After this video was made public, I had no clue this was coming. I was blindsided, period. I was, comma, and still am, comma, in absolute shock. These are my raw, uncensored feelings on the matter. Next page. This isn't scripted. I didn't prepare for this video. I had so much as not a single note in my phone for this. Probably grammatically correct, but that sentence is a mess. Again, comma, this is raw, this is real. Please watch the entire video. If this was written in high school, it would probably be fine. But you're a 27-year-old man. I give it a D. Tfue's D.